Okay, so I'm having a vertical attack right now. You know, verticals where the surrounding spinning and a little dizziness, off balance, and nausea. But I'm gonna attempt to walk. You know, it's scary to walk when your surrounding is spinning. Right now my surrounding is not spinning like really fast. It's like really slow spinning. So it feels like I'm floating one way and my surroundings moving one way. But it's also with my breathing. It's about like 81 degrees right now. It is pretty warm, not hot, but it's about 4:10 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. Anyways, yeah, I can tell my breathing is acting up. That's why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. But I also want to talk about panic attacks, how they feel. For me personally, everyone's gonna explain it different. When my first panic attack, I didn't feel any symptoms and sensation. I just felt like I was gonna die. No reason to die. You know, that's what panic attacks are. You just feel like you're gonna die for no reason. You know, especially your first one. The first one is gonna be the scariest one because it's your first one. You know, like I mentioned before, I never knew what panic attacks were. I never knew there was such a thing. I didn't know anyone that had it until I started having it, and then some of my coworkers told me they had it before. One still has it. One had about 5 panic attacks before a couple years ago, and you know, he said he felt the same way. He was gonna die, and then the dizziness and all those other symptoms came after. Same thing for me. The first one, I just felt like I was gonna die for no reason at all. You know, nothing that I know of triggered it. Second one, same thing. The second one happened at the same day. Just couple of minutes after the first one, about 20-30 minutes after that one. The second one, I had it inside the mall. But this time I had the detached feeling. You know what detached like meaning? If I look at my hands, like right now, since I am feeling detached. If I look at my hands, I feel disconnected. It feels like there's a screen in front of me and I'm looking at my hand from like a second person's view. Like, you know, let's say you're looking at someone's hand and they put it behind you like it was your hand. You look at it, you're like, whoa, that's not my hand. That's how it feels. But you know it's your hand, but at the same time it doesn't feel like your hand. Yeah, I'm actually feeling really nauseated right now, because of the vertical. Oof. Well, yeah, maybe it's not a good idea for me to be, you know, out here at the moment, but whatever, I guess. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to just get on with what I'm trying to say. The panic attacks. You know, first one, you feel like you're gonna die. You know, that's how they feel like. Everyone that experienced one, if you ask them how it feels, they're gonna say it feels terrible. It feels like you're gonna die. Most of the time, you don't really talk about the symptoms or the sensation unless it really gets to you. You know, sometimes the triggers are the symptoms themselves. You know, like I mentioned, the first one I had no symptoms. After a while, I started detached feeling. Then the dizziness came along, the vertigo. I didn't get headaches yet, but I got the heavy head after. I didn't get nauseated yet. The nauseated came a couple months after. After the nauseated, that's when I start having other symptoms. Some of them didn't hurt. Some of them were just like, random symptoms, sensation. You get when you get the flu, like feeling sick and stuff like that. But for me, when someone asks me how I feel when I have a panic attack, cause the first thing I said, I feel like I'm gonna die. At the same time, I don't know why I feel like I'm gonna die. I don't have anything that's gonna kill me, but my body just feels. Sometimes my body feels weak, sometimes it doesn't. Then after the panic attack, your heart starts racing. Why? Because you think you're gonna die. So your first mindset is, I'm gonna die. You're running around, your heart starts racing. Sometimes your heart doesn't. You're not even running around. Your heart starts racing. Then you start feeling the lightheadedness, the dizziness, the nauseated. Some people don't feel nauseated when they're dizzy. Some do. Like for myself, I didn't feel nauseated while I was dizzy at first, but that came after. Then you get that detached feeling, So, like I mentioned in my other video, one symptom adds up to another, so they feed off each other. The fear feeds the anxiety, the panic, and then that feeds off the depression. So people always say it's just in your head, but you feel your symptom throughout your body. Then you get the weak jelly leg, the sweatiness, all these symptoms comes out of nowhere. But the only thing you can think of, I'm gonna die. And then once it's over, then you start thinking, okay, is it truly over? Is it when next month? And everything like that. But then it's like when I explain to someone that doesn't understand it, it's kind of hard because for myself, I don't know what panic attacks were till I experienced it. So me explaining it to someone that never experienced it, doesn't know what it is, I don't know anyone that has it, it's gonna be like me trying to explain it to myself. Like, okay, I have to explain it to this person while I have to understand it. So when people in my family ask me, what do you mean you feel like you're gonna die? You look perfectly fine. Your face is not pale, anything like that. I say my face doesn't look pale, but I feel like I'm dying. I feel like danger. I could be outside, nice warm weather like today, could be raining. I could just be sitting outside, feeling fine. Bam! Instantly feel like I'm gonna die. So what do I just say? My heart starts racing. Sometimes it doesn't. I'll feel the panic, and then my heart starts racing, and then my heart starts racing. Sometimes I'll get that tightness in the chest. That adds up to the chest pain, and that adds up into my mind racing, and that increases the heart rate. Once it increases the heart rate, and then you get that lightheadedness, the dizziness, the vertigo. Then sometimes you get the air, like myself, the buzzing in the air, the static feeling throughout your body. Then you feel like you can't breathe because your tightness in the chest. It could be the hot weather that's making you feel like you can't breathe as well. Or if you can't breathe and then you go outside and it just gets hotter and then your heart rate increase, then you feel like you can't breathe, even worse, because of the hot air. If it's hot, like right now it is, you can tell I'm having a little hard time breathing. I know I'm breathing, but I'm just going like that. So if I'm telling myself I can't breathe, but I'm telling myself if I can't breathe, I shouldn't be talking, then you get that faint sensation and all the other stuff, like now I'm sitting in my car. I might be sitting in my car. My car is parked at a little angle, kind of slanted a little bit, but at the same time, I feel like I'm shifting around, like when the sky's partly cloudy, partly sunny, and the clouds is moving, and you're either sitting down Are you laying down and you look up, you see the clouds moving, then you get that feeling like you're doing that. Sometimes you feel like you're doing it fast, sometimes you feel like you're doing it slow. When I'm having a panic attack and I get that like vertical sensation, I feel like I'm just drifting around. I don't feel my legs sometimes. Sometimes my legs feels weak, sometimes feels jelly, and like I mentioned, sometimes it doesn't feel like my legs are there at all. Sometimes I freak out. I'll wonder why. I'll say, go up to my family, my girlfriend, my daughter, my parents, whatever, whoever's at home. I'll just say, I'm not feeling well. And they say, what you mean? I just say, I don't know, but I just don't feel good. You know, it's like, it's hard to explain. You know, it's like, what do you mean you don't feel good? Like you have fever, you have a cold? I just say, no, it feels 10 times worse than having the flu. It feels 10 times worse than having the cold. It even feels worse than all the flu, the fever. It feels worse than having all three of them all at once, you know. That's how I say. And then after that, you get this sensation through your side. Like I say, everyone gets different symptom sensation. I get this sensation on the side, back of my head. It feels like this tight pressure. It feels like, you know, my muscle is just squeezing me. It's because of that fight or flight response, you know. It sends blood to where you need it. So sometimes you feel weak in part of your body, the other half of your body feels tense because it's bringing muscles towards that part of the body for you to prepare to either fight or flee, you know. And if you want to fight, which part of your body you normally count on is mostly your upper body, your fist, right? Not as much as your legs. Unless you're fleeing, then you're gonna feel that more muscles on your legs and you'll feel weaker on your upper body. Like I mentioned, it's different, feels different for everyone. And then wishing you feel lightheaded, but I've been feeling lightheaded all day today, you know. Lightheaded is different from dizzy. Lightheaded feels like you're just gonna pass out. You get this head rush sensation. It feels like, you know, your head just feels light, how it feels like there's fluid and not enough oxygen in your head. Then you just feel like you're gonna completely pass out. That's one of the scariest things as well. You know, other than when people ask me, besides, okay, well, everyone get dizzy. Yes, people get dizzy when it's hot. They're dehydrated. They're working out, how their heart rate is increased. I would say, okay, well, I'm not even working out. I'm sitting down, but I get dizzy. I don't even move my head. You know, like shake my head left and right all crazy. Like sometimes I do. You know, and I still get dizzy. And most of us does get dizzy for no reason. We could just be waking up instantly dizzy. You know, so sometimes you wake up in the morning, you draw yourself into a panic attack. It could be because of a dream. If, for example, a couple of nights ago, I dreamed that I was being chased by like 10, 11, 12 people trying to kill me. What did I do? Wake up, my heart rate increased. That's normal, you know. Everyone wakes up from a dream like that and their heart rate increased because you know it's a dream, but in your mind, it's like it feels so real, so your heart rate increase. However, with a panic disorder, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that like it was real. You're gonna tell yourself it was real. You're gonna say, "Oh, I'm laying down. I wasn't dreaming. I just got home from being chased. That's why I'm laying down." You know, sometimes it feels so real. Your mind even tricks you to thinking, well, then I'll know where you believe it was real. You know, so sometimes you can wake up from a panic attack and then your heart starts racing, then your mind goes off. Right now, my mind doesn't go off, doesn't start thinking this and that as much as it used to. I still get it from time to time. You know, like right now, my mind is kind of racing, but I was still able to go out of my house. Before, if my mind was racing, I would not even been able to go out the door. I would have been so dizzy. I would have been walking down my hallway, you know, so off balance. I would have been like walking into the wall. You know, sometimes I would feel like I was walking sideways. Sometimes I feel like I was walking, the house would flip upside down. You know, that's how it feels like from time to time. Like right now, I'm still feeling that vertigo sensation. So that increases my nausea. You know, because when you feel nauseated and you feel dizzy, it's because your body feels like it's moving and your stomach doesn't know you're staying still. So your stomach feels like it's staying still, but your whole body feels like it's moving, if that makes sense. Then with the panic attack, you know, sometimes it feels like there's someone going after you. You know, sometimes when I'm walking, and back in my mind, I'm like, why do I feel like there's someone about to come and attack me? So everyone's panic attack feels different. Everyone has a different symptoms, different sensation, but we all feel one thing in common. We feel like we're gonna die, but we don't know why we're gonna die. We don't know. We know there's no danger, but in our mind, it feels so strong that it's sending all these signals to our body. So it's not just, I wouldn't say it's just in our mind, because our body feels the way it feels. You know, it could be in our mind, but at the same time, it feels so real that you know, we feel it throughout our body. You know, but when you're feeling dizzy, you can't just say, "Oh, I don't know if I'm dizzy or not." Sometimes I feel like I'm dizzy, and then I stand on one leg, and then I can balance myself. Sometimes I can't even stand on one leg for 2 seconds without tipping over to my side. So sometimes I'll put 2 legs together like really close and just stand still, and I can feel myself like going like this. You know, it's like taking a pen and you hold the bottom, and then you like kind of sway it like, and then you just doing this to the pen. You know, it's like that, like a punching bag. You know, not really a punching bag, but I forgot, it's like one of those smaller punching bags. You know, when you punch it and it just kind of spins back and forth. That's what it feels like, you know. So it feels different every time. Like I mentioned, you know, sometimes one symptom can throw you into a panic attack. You know, sometimes you can have a panic attack and you don't feel anything at all. It just depending on how bad it is, where your mindset is. Sometimes I'm more scared of the symptoms than I am of the panic attack. So I'm all freaking out of the dizziness, but I don't feel like I'm dying. I'm just like, I'm over there like struggling, like, my God, why do I feel dizzy? And then I don't even notice the panic attack. And then sometimes I'm more alert with the panic attack, but I'm not, and I could care less about the symptom, you know. So like I say, panic attacks feels to everyone. We all feel like we're gonna die. Some of us feel we're more worried about the panic attacks than the symptoms. Sometimes we're more worried about the symptoms, and then it throws us into the panic. We don't get the panic, and then the symptom comes after, because you're freaking out, your heart rate increases, and then all these symptoms comes out of nowhere. And then sometimes your heart just starts racing when you wake up, and you don't feel panicky until you're fully alert of your heart rate, and then bam, you go into a panic attack. Like people that exercise, go jogging, they do it to increase their heart rate, but they don't go into a panic mode because they don't feel like there's no danger of the heart rate going up. Unlike those of us with disorder, we feel like our heart rate increase even when we're sitting down, automatically think a heart attack. You know, sometimes when I'm walking and my heart rate is already up, and then it slowly increase because I'm walking faster, I'm widening my back, instantly it throws me into a panic attack because I'm moving faster. At the same time, I think I'm gonna die because I'm walking faster. You know, like walking faster is dangerous to me. You know, it's your mindset, it's your thinking that turns into this disorder, and whatnot. But You know, right now I'm feeling a little anxiety. I'm feeling dizzy, like I mentioned, but you know, one thing for sure is I'm happy that I was able to make it outside my house, even though it was kind of hard for me to get off my bed, to be honest. But yeah, that's pretty much it.